Good morning, everybody. Okay, this is that tower I was in last night, and sorry, I did not get up early enough this morning. I had my alarm set for 4:30, and it woke me up, and I snoozed it to 4:40 and 4:50, and I was just like, sunrise is 5:15. My sleeping bag was so warm. And it was actually pretty chilly last night, so I just slept in. I apologize. We'll get a sunrise sooner or later. Still got 3 states to go. Bunch of mountains, bunch of fire towers, so I'll make it happen. I promise. It just wasn't happening this morning. Whew. Oop. Watch your head here if you're tall. Oh, you're back. All right. I mean, I know the GoPro can't do it, but the mountains we're on here, there's another range, a second range, a third range, a fifth range, or fourth usually comes after third, and then way off in the distance I can see a fifth mountain range. You know, north is this-ish direction. I thought we were going that way. We're probably going that way. Man, it's beautiful, people. Wanna look down? But that is definitely Greylock over there. I can't so much see the monument, but that's Greylock. I'm like 99.5% sure. The little town over there is Bennington. I don't want to say little town. The civilization over there is Bennington. Should be. That's just exciting. I mean, seriously. You know, it's like we're going to climb that mountain and that mountain and that mountain, and the one way that you can hardly see, we're getting on top of that too. You know, a week or two from now, but you know, we're going that direction, so those mountains we will most likely be climbing over, at least a few of them. Nice breeze coming through today. Like the high is supposed to be 72, something like that. It's going to be a beautiful day for hiking. I only plan to do about 12.5 miles today. You know, just going to make it a short day. Go to a campsite before Stratton. Because otherwise, if I'd go up and over Stratton, then it'd be like a 19-mile day, and I don't want to do that. So 12.5, 13 it is. And yeah, it's beautiful. And you know, this GoPro just doesn't do it justice. All right, let's get my feet back on the ground. Keep heading north. And yesterday, while it was like a net 2,000 foot gain, today is like a net 2,000 loss gain. So, you know, I came up to this summit, and then we go down, and then we go a little bit up, and then we go farther down, and we go a little bit up, and then farther down. So we'll be descending more than we're climbing today, so I'm gonna try to go soft on the knees. There's my pack. I've put my long pants back on, zipped them back on, and surprisingly enough, the bugs can't bite through this, so the pants are a lot better than, you know, any kind of bug spray that you might use and sweat off. And that was probably about the worst way in the world to pick up your backpack. So yeah, don't do it like that. Let's not throw our back out this close to the end, John. All right. A little bit of this fluid in me. And yes, I am hiding from the bugs. I am under my bug net. Got my long sleeves on, and about the only place they can really get me is my hands. And man, they're getting me. Anyways, all right, so I'm gonna talk to some subscribers and answer some questions that they had. Let's see, we're going this way. All right, Vicky Gray, you had asked, you know, what was the main leading factor in, yeah, make sure you don't hit those with your head, you know, why I'm out here. And you know, I have a ton of reasons why I'm doing this, and I've said before, you know, some of them are good, some of them are bad, and some of them are my own. You know, it's just I wanted to do something different, something outside of my comfort zone, something I've never done before. I wanted to go on an adventure. You know, where I am in my life, I'm at a point where I'm, you know, really not tied down by a career or, you know, family responsibilities. You know, I would like a career. I would like to have, you know, family responsibilities. But basically the only thing I had were like subscriptions that I canceled, you know, and services that I turned off. So that, and you know, when I start things in life, you know, different projects, different, you know, models, different video games, I'm gung-ho about it, you know, and I jump into it face first and just get so wrapped up into it, and, or I should say, until something else comes along, and then I kind of abandon that project and start something else, you know, with all the intentions of going back and finishing it or working on it on the side, but it never seems to happen that way. So I wanted to set a task in front of me that, you know, quitting wasn't an option. Like, you're gonna get this finished, or you're gonna die trying, you know, kind of situation. So that was another of the main reasons. And two, you know, it was just to get in better shape. You know, I was an overweight video game pizza delivery guy. So, I mean, I knew I was going to lose weight. I didn't know I was going to lose it this much. And when I get home, I'm going to stay active and work on other endeavors and other goals to keep this weight off. So, because, you know, me and my pack right now weigh less than, you know, I did when I started. And people are like, wow, your body must love you. You must be feeling awesome. I'm like, well, I just hiked 15 miles up and down mountains carrying a pack on my back and, you know, kicking rocks and roots. So, no, I'm really not feeling that awesome right now. But as soon as I get off the trail, I'm sure my knees will love my new weight. But, no, I am feeling good. I'm breathing better. You know, I'm enjoying life right now. And, you know, when I started thinking about this, and I was like, let's do something extreme. I was like, all right, well, you can jump out of an airplane and, you know, skydive. All right, well, that's great. And you're back to work the next day. All right, well, you can go swim with the sharks. That's exciting and adventurous. All right, yeah. And then I'm just back at work 2 days later. All right, well, let's travel. Let's see new places. Okay, that's good. That could get a little spendy. All right, well, you know, let's not do airplanes and, you know, taxi fares. Let's just walk somewhere. Okay, yeah, that's good. I can walk. I've been walking for 32 years, right? I can walk. Well, where are we walking to? I don't know. North, south, east, west, coast to coast, border to border, like, I don't know. Let me just, you know, throw a bottle of Gatorade and, you know, a liter of water in a backpack and head off across town and see how far I get. So I was kind of settled on, you know, walking, and then, but I didn't know where I was going to go, where I was going to start, where I was going to finish. I knew my feet were going to take me there, but I didn't know the course. So, right about that time, you know, this was, you know, I was thinking about this for like 2 years before February 1st, and then, you know, I finally settled on the Appalachian Trail, you know, September ago. So almost 2 years ago at this point. But it was right around that time, the Robert Redford movie Walk in the Woods was advertising on TV like every other minute. And it was just like a light bulb went off, you know, like the should have had a V8 moment. Pop! I'll hike the Appalachian Trail. You know, and it was like, really? You're gonna walk through the woods across America? Yep. What do you know about hiking? Nothing. What do you know about camping and sleeping in the woods? Nothing. You know, this is exactly what you need to do. And, yeah, here I am. You know, 135 days in. Whew. So, that's the long and the short of the story. And you know, I started doing research on it and started had a buddy at work, Lonnie, on YouTube. He's Steel Toe, you know, and we talked about the Appalachian Trail as I was learning about it, and he knew some things about it. But yeah. You know, you can do all the sorts of training and exercise and preparing for the trail you want, and that's awesome. But the only thing that's going to prepare you for the AT is the AT. Alright. Well, Vicky, I hope that answered your question to the best of, you know, hope that answered your question. Walk around or go over? Let's try to hop over it. And by hop over, I mean... Okay, well... one leg. Up and over. Yay, we're over it. Okay. Whoa. And we're back. Okay, so I had to look up the question again because I had read it last night, and you know, said I would address it on day 135. Now it is day 135, so I'm walking and talking. And there was another part of the question I just couldn't think of. So Vicky Gray had asked, you know, what was my best experience on the trail? I would have to say, you know, meeting the awesome trail angels that have you know, helped me personally, you know, on the trail. Now, trail angels are great. Trail magic is fantastic. You know, when they just leave things on the trail, and that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. But the ones that actually, you know, travel outside of their state even, you know, to come do things for you and to help you out, you know, just take it above and beyond, you know, it's knocking it out the park. And I've been real fortunate to have a bunch of those on my trip this year. I mean, we got Mr. Jimmy and I believe their friend Gene Campbell came up and did that hiker feed for us at Four Pines. Gucci Girl and Grumpy, Jenna, Chris in New York. I apologize to a couple really amazing trail angels. I had a brain fart. Forgot y'all's name. Remembered it now. So sorry. Roger and Gail and Dr. Martin. Again, just amazing people that you find while you're out here on the trail. And, you know, really puts your faith back in humanity, that there's good people out there. You know, the few bad really spoil it for the whole. But yeah, I'll toss this little clip back into the when I was talking about everybody. Oh, apologize for that. You know, y'all are just amazing people. Alright, and focus on those rocks there. I didn't want to wind up stepping in the water. So yeah, best experience on the trail is just meeting amazing people. All right. Next question is from Scuba Chicks. Scuba Chick? And it is a kind of a long question, many parts. So I'm gonna cheat and just kind of read it off. Because I was looking at these last night while I was laying in my hammock, and it's just like, yep, I'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. It was, where you at? Do you ever listen to podcasts, audiobooks, or music while hiking? No. I want to be here in the now, in the nature, listening to the birds and the bugs and the rattlesnakes. Unfortunately, the 2 rattlesnakes I've come across really didn't feel like rattling that day. So, but I want to be aware if I am walking up on a snake that wants to let me know to, not tread on me. So, I don't. I do put my headphones in at camp and, edit my videos so that I'm not, making a lot of noise for the other hikers in the evening. But I don't listen to any podcasts or music while out here on the trail. Have you encountered hikers you just didn't like for whatever reason? And did you have to ditch them, or did you separate organically? Yes. I can say, there's 3 hikers on the trail that I've met so far this year that I just didn't like. Personality issues, just their attitudes, the way they talk, the way they treat other people. It just rubbed me all the wrong ways. And I'm not going to say their names, but people probably know who I'm talking about just because I've kind of complained about them to other hikers, and other hikers pretty much had the same complaints about them out here on the trail. And I'm sure I mentioned things in my videos when I did encounter them on the trail. And did we split organically? Yeah. One of those is probably he's probably summited already. He was one of the really fast ones, and I was fortunate. I was only around him for 3 days, and that was 2.5 days too many. But whatever. He's up and over Goddard, and he's but a distant memory. And the other one is, he was faster than me, and he's farther up ahead. And the third one, he's a lot slower. So he should be way behind unless someone gives him a ride, across hundreds of miles. and I see him this evening, I'm just gonna keep on walking. So yeah, we split up organically, you know. It wasn't, we never had any fights or mean words at each other. It's just didn't like them. Now, you know, I've met like 300 people out here on the trail, so, you know, 3 out of 300 ain't too bad. So yeah. And what is your motivation to continue? Do you see this experience as changing how you will live your daily life after the journey is completed? What's my motivation to continue? Well, pretty much like what I just answered for Vicky. You know, it's like I want to complete something major in my life, to where it's not just saying, you know, it's like I did this. You know, it's more mental. Says, you know, like, hey, if you did this all the way through, you can do anything. So that's my motivation right there. You know, and I'm 135 days in. I'm like I'm invested, you know. I'm 570 something miles out at this point, maybe a little more. You know, at like 525, that's 1/4 of the miles left. So that's coming up this week. You know, it's just, and for some reason I had to quit. Medical emergency, family emergency. And I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror, you know. I'd just be like, Jonathan, you failure. You better get your butt back out there and finish this. Which is probably, you know, not the right way to look at it. But, you know, my, you know, brain kind of agrees and disagrees on the same subject often. So, you know, while that's a good way to look at it, it's probably not a good way to look at it. And, you know, is it going to change my life after the trail? You betcha. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to work towards other goals. You know, I want to get into bicycle touring, because that's, you know, that's a challenge in itself. And it's kind of like hiking, you know. It's like, what do I know about riding a bicycle across North America? I don't even ride my bicycle across town. You know, this is exactly what you need to do. So, you know, I'm going to get back home. I'm going to, you know, get in touch with REI and have them get me set up with a bike and, you know, a little bit of gear. I'm going to start practicing on it. Start getting my body used to it. You know, save up a little bit of money. And then, you know, looking at about a 4-month trip. End of summer in Alaska. You know, I'll be hitting the Keys. End of fall. Early winter. You know, and, you know, where to go from there. I was joking. I said, you know, well, maybe I'll get an offshore kayak, paddle across the Gulf of Mexico back home. You know, what do I know about kayaking? Nothing. This is exactly what you need to do. You know, like, I just want to keep doing new things. And you know, I'll hike more. You know, there's other long trails out there. You know, I'm actually on the long trail right now. Day 3 on the long trail. Day 135 on the Appalachian Trail. You know, the CDT, the PCT, Camino and Spain. Oh yeah, come on. That's almost a vacation right there, you know. Just walking 15 miles a day, or if you're over there, I guess it'd be 20 kilometers a day. Walking 20 kilometers a day from town to town, village to village, hostel to hostel. All the, you know, Spanish wine you could ever want to drink. And, you know, from what I heard from other people out here on the trail, and even from Q, who did it the other year and is going back for another part, the wine that these, you know, local families and, you know, local vineyards make across Spain is just amazing. It's you know, made like the year before, doesn't have like all the crazy preservatives in it that, you know, American wine has to have, because it's basically, you know, stored and put on a shelf and, you know, sits at Walmart for, you know, 2 years before someone actually drinks it. So I'm not a big wine drinker, and maybe I won't be after the Camino, but hey, you know, live and experience it. So, you know, that's in my in my targets. You know, it's just like I want to continue doing things. But next up will definitely be a bike ride, because I want to basically I want to get off my knees for a little bit, and you know, not that my knees are killing me. It's just this trip has been, if it's been hard on one part of my body, it's the knees. You know, stomping up and down mountains carrying this pack. You know, when I was getting ready for the hike, I was walking, you know, up and down the highways, and well, that's when I got my blisters, and you know, that's when I got my problems with my feet sorted out and overdone with. And I'm talking about my feet for a minute. Yes, I loosened up the laces a bit, and you know, my foot isn't hurting in those, you know, 3 places anymore. So maybe it was just you know, yes, I should have gotten bigger boots, I know that, but I've been putting you know, 14-15 mile days on them, and my feet are good. You know, they're sore at the end of the day, and you know, you want to take your boots off and get into your Crocs, your camp shoes. But I'm not having that abrasion, you know, healed up. I took the Band-Aid off of it when I was in Williamstown, and it healed up, and it's not an issue anymore. You know, we'll see if something develops in the future after, you know, it rains on me for 3 days and my socks are soaking wet and my feet are all soft and getting tore up under my socks. You know, then that might be an issue once more. But my feet are okay. They're not super happy, amazing, you know, joy, but they are okay. No major issues. So but yeah, you know, when I was walking up and down the highways of southern Louisiana, I was, you know, trying different shoes and, you know, just finding things that worked. So I mean, it this trail has changed my life so much. And you know, when I go home, I'll still play video games, you know, because that's kind of, you know, who I am. It's what I do. But like I said, I'm going to do other things and put the video games on the side, because I want to stay active. I need to stay active so that when I do go on another adventure, you know, my body's not in such a shock. And I've been talking with hikers that have section hiked and, you know, flip-flopped and had to get off the trail for different reasons, and they're like, yeah, I was off the trail for 2 weeks, put on 20 pounds. I'm like, whoa, like, if you don't mind my asking, what did you do or what did you not do to put the weight on that fast? And you know, it's basically you continue to eat just as much and you're not moving as much. So, you know, I know what the leading factors are, so I'm just gonna give myself a goal to work towards and stay in the best possible health I can when I get home. And, you know, maybe not eat a full, large, you know, supreme pizza from Pizza Hut every other day like I used to. So, kind of one of the bad things about working at a pizza place is that you can get pizza whenever you want. So, yeah. Scuba Chick, I hope that answered your question. And yeah, that was a lot to talk about, so that's why I talk about it while I'm walking. You know, again, anyone wants to ask a question about trail life or my life in general, you know, like I said, let's stay away from politics and religion, because those are just, you know, too heavy of conversations to get into while you're out here. But no, yeah, if it's an easy question, I'll answer it in the comments, because I do read every single comment. And if it's something I can talk and walk about, or walk and talk about, we will do that. I met Bookworm. I was trying to get, you know, an interview with her the other day, but she walked into the camper, the dude that was giving us trail magic down by the road. And she's like, yeah, I heard you have a YouTube channel, and I looked up it, and, you know, I like your voice. Your voice sounds, you know, real good, and, you know, it's like you're a radio host. Which I'm like, well, you know, sometimes I just kind of stumble over words and you know, can't get the word I'm looking for, so I'm probably not that great for a host. But I have been told before that I have a voice and face for radio. And she laughed about that, and she's like, wait, that's not really a compliment. I'm like, hey, I'll take what I can get. But no, yeah, a little fun story. I was, you know, you're at Pizza Hut. It's a slow day, small town, slow day, and you know, all the dishes are washed, all the prep is done. You know, it's just not a lot is happening for, you know, those 2-hour time spans. And, you know, the phone will ring and you're like, oh yeah, customer, let's answer it. And I don't want to say that I was, you know, playing around, but, you know, you're just like, well, this is the only thing happening in the store right now, so let's have fun with it. And, you know, you answer the phone, you know, the way you're supposed to. Thanks for calling Pizza Hut in Springfield. My name's Jonathan. Can I take your order? You know, you can talk about whatever deals we're running. But instead, you know, the person on the other end of the phone is, you know, just trying to order pizza. They don't want a hard time. They want the process to go as quickly and smoothly and as easy as possible. And, you know, we do that for them. But, you know, we have a little have a little fun with them, and 9 out of 10 times they enjoy it. And of course, when you're talking on a phone, your voice is a little bit different, carried and different pitched than when you're talking person to person. But I've been told by a lot of customers over the phone, that you have the voice of a radio god. And I'm like, oh really? But no, it's just it's kind of funny that more and more people are telling me that. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, give me a subject and I'll talk about it till your ears fall off. But I may not know exactly what I'm talking about, but hey, I can talk about it. Yeah, well, hope you enjoyed my walk and talk today. Like I said, it's day 135 on the Appalachian Trail. My 3rd day in Vermont. We're going, around 13 miles today to a campsite. It is supposed to rain in the morning, early AM hours, and I think all day tomorrow, so yay. Get to climb a big old mountain in the rain. What fun. Gotta do it sooner or later. But that's tomorrow, so that's not going to be worried about right now.